good people? Chocolate Mark here. I am not in a new vehicle. This is not a vehicle review, but it kind of is. We're just going to do some Chaplin talk. How about that? Talk a little cars, talk a little life. One of the great things that I've began to appreciate as I'm getting older, and I like getting older, I really do. I feel like the best part of my life is, aging gracefully, I felt like an old man my whole life, so that's neither here nor there, but I'm finally, my physical age number is finally catching up to where I feel like I've been my whole life. But anyway, I'm in my old Buick Park Avenue, and I'm enjoying the fact that I get to drive my Park Avenue, even though it's not as cool as some of the other vehicles I've had, and get to drive. She's a little long in the tooth. Squeaks here and there. Still getting pretty good gas mileage. Very comfortable. Just what a Buick should be. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about new versus old, used versus new, that kind of thing. I know we in a modern era age where people think that new is great. I gotta get this new this. It's gotta be popping this way. And meanwhile, I seem to be operating in reverse as I get older. New isn't really that much better. In fact, if we're being completely honest, I'm here to tell you that new is probably worse, okay? Especially as it relates to cars. And you know what? Sometimes I sit and struggle about what's actually better for us that's new versus old. And I'm sure if you was to leave a comment, maybe something you can figure out that's better now than then, as it relates to our technology in cars or anything, as far as what I can tell. But maybe that's just old man and me talking trash. But as I drive my Buick, I prefer to drive this more than any other vehicle that I have. And they all are, some of them are newer. Obviously, everything that has got more horsepower. That's not even up for debate. But I would grab the keys to this over a new Jeep or a new you name it. And the reason why is I just feel more comfortable. I just feel better about it, And the quality in these old Buicks, they were minimal, they were good, not great. The drivetrain, the engine and transmission are excellent, but a well-maintained used vehicle is better than a brand new vehicle all day. It's gonna cost you less as well. And I know everybody wants the shiny thing. You gotta have heated seats, heated steering wheel, all the amenities, but it's not worth it, in my opinion. You getting all these things, what it really boils down to is you just signing up for more problems down the road. And that may be the mechanic brain saying, hey, the more modules and devices, the more wiring, the more problems you're going to have at some point. And that's all true, but it just might be old guy talk. And I don't know where you at. But it's the same with our relationships and with people and everything like that. This thing works across the board. Nobody wants to work anything out anymore. nobody wants to come to an understanding. They just want to throw people in the trash and get a new one. They want the latest and greatest, and then they're gonna realize that one's busted up too. You know, and that's the era we in. You know, we're in the era of disposable. People are disposable. Cars are disposable. Everything's disposable. And the truth is, life ain't supposed to be like that. You know, we live in a world that is constantly in a circle of recycling, if you will. You know, whether it's the earth or anything like that, things weren't always meant to be just thrown away and trashed, especially your relationships with people. You know, God forbid you say anything like forgive somebody. You know, people act like that's a curse word. But, you know, it's the same with everything now. With our cars, we don't want to maintain them. You know, we rather replace it. And let me tell you something, you're not getting nothing better. That new used vehicle probably sucks worse than your old used vehicle. And I can almost assure you that the new vehicles with all the new technology, and you spending $50,000, $60,000, because that's about the average price of a new vehicle is $50,000, $60,000. Listen, man, you know, the old saying still holds true. It's cheaper to keep her. And that goes for your car too. It's a lot of times it may be better to change the engine in your car than to go ahead and go buy another car that's going to nickel dime you to death, and then you're going to wind up changing the engine in that too. But I just wanted to get my old man rant out, a little Chaplin talk for you, old versus new. What do you guys think? New versus old? I don't know where you guys at in your life, but I'm at the point where I just keep my old junk, and that may be old man talk, but that's where I'm at. But it's, as always, it's your favorite Chaplain here, and for most of you, your only Chaplain, telling you to be blessed and be a blessing.